So this one, fuck. Wait, let me see if I could pull up an article about this. I forgot to do that. Black. Oh, wait a minute. Is it Control M or Control H? Myth Wukong Xbox Series X. Man, who the fuck is Black Miss Wukong? Xbox Series X. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. So, W fucking developer. But I gotta say, before we even talk about this article, you know, there's one thing I want to say first. First off, fuck these fuck ass, half effort, shitty ass, what do you call it? Slightly less powerful, dumbass, digital only consoles. I want that whole thing to die. I want it to just be the main version of the console, then the pro version. That's it. That is it. All right. That's number one. So this is a W decision and a L decision. This is a W decision because Xbox has this thing where if your game works on the main Xbox, it also has to work well on Series S because it is compatible. They want it to be compatible with the Xbox ecosystem, because it would be weird to make a game Xbox Series X exclusive and it not work on S. So this is a W because they basically said, hey, that's a dumbass standard. We're just not going to put our shit on Xbox at all. Now, where the L comes in is you put this shit on PlayStation and it don't work. Shit be dropping flames. Shit be about to flame a nigga PlayStation. I seen some wild ass shit in this game. The game runs good for the most part from what I've seen, and when I eventually get it and play it, we'll see. But this shit don't work on PlayStation either, nigga. I don't know what the fuck was so special about the Xbox ordeal, but we gonna read and we gonna see. Excuse me. Anyway, the boss of Black Myth, we know that. In a post on Chinese social media website Weibo, does that say Weibo? Weibo. Game Science CEO and founder Feng Ji celebrated PC and PlayStation 5 action game Black Myth Wukong, blah 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 blah, and in doing so lamented the lack of Xbox version of the game, which he blamed on the optimization trouble with the Xbox Series S. We need to blow up everybody's Xbox Series S. The only thing missing is the Xbox, he said, per machine learning translation. Okay, so take this with a grain of salt. All right, wait. Take this with a grain of salt. We don't know if this is accurate or not because they said machine learning translation, and machine learning translation to this day is still not up to par with even captioning what a nigga says in the same language that they're speaking. Forget about translations. So this translation may or may not be accurate. If it's inaccurate and later on it comes out that something completely different was said, just know I'm saying something in advance. Hey, I can't pronounce that. But thank you for the W. Follow. Go ahead and throw the V one time. And I'm going to tell you, like I tell everybody, if you here to chill and vibe, yes, sir, stay here to chill and vibe. If you here to sell me art, get the fuck away from me. I don't want your bitch ass art. Back to talking about this, though. The only thing missing is Xbox, he said, with machine learning translation, which somehow feels a bit wrong, but that 10 gigabyte of shared memory without years of optimization experience is really hard to make work. Damn! 10 gigabytes of memory? 10? Huh? No, I didn't mean to press this. Huh? For those of y'all who don't understand why 10 gigabytes of memory is iwi disgusting bad, your phone is less powerful than an Xbox. You're familiar with that, right? Your phone is less powerful than yep, this might be a bot. Your phone is less powerful than an Xbox. And most phones currently now in this day and age have 8 to 16 gigabytes of RAM. about 8 is standard. If you're using a lower end phone from like 2-3 years ago, maybe a little 4, but 8 is the standard. I mean, yeah, 8 is the standard right now. That's 2 gigabytes short of 10. So an Xbox Series S, what I'm saying, is less powerful than a modern day iPhone. No wonder why this game that barely works on a PS5 can't work on that little shitty ass console. Shit's basically a mobile phone you could plug into your TV. Don't nobody want to use that. That's a reference to the Xbox Series S's power relative to the Xbox Series X. The Series S has 4 teraflops of GPU compute compared to the Xbox Series X's 12 point blah 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 gigawatts gigaflops. We know that shit sucks. Microsoft release policy means publishers and developers must release their games across X and S. Yeah, because like I said, it'd be weird to release your game and it works on one half of the consoles and not the other half. They're unable to blah blah blah. Is there anything new? Remedy Communications Director talked about the challenge the studio faced getting Alan Wake 2 running on the Xbox Series X, saying the console's GPU is an issue and having less memory is a pretty big problem. Before then, a VFX artist who worked on an Xbox X and S game said in a now deleted Z, many developers have been sitting in meetings for the past, desperately trying to get the Series S launch requirements dropped. Yeah, because that shit is a slightly stronger Xbox One. And the Xbox One can't run modern day games. Then that Series S, Series X, damn sure can't run modern games when it's just a slightly more beefed up version. And like, this is why in general, if you've been in the gaming community, paying attention to gaming news for a while, you're familiar with a concept that we have in the gaming community called console parity. Now, what is console parity? Now, console parity, whether you spell it P-A-I-R-I-T-Y, pair like a pair of socks, itty, as in like rarity, pair, itty, console parity, or parody, like P-A-R-O-D-Y, like ha ha ha, you console niggas gotta suffer 9 times out of 10 to play the same version of the game as PC people. Console parity is basically the idea that you want your game to look beautiful on PC and console, but the amount of bang for your buck you can get out of PC versus console is different, because with PC, people who have PCs on average have a more modern, stronger GPU. So for example, if I get a GPU from any point after 2020, I have a PC that is stronger than a PS5. Because remember, PS5 came out in 2020, so they probably finished like prototyping and designing it in about 2018, early 2019. Then they put that bitch on a conveyor belt and throughout 2019 and 2020 while they ramped up their production efforts and got it, all the logistical stuff sorted out before they sent it to stores and blah blah blah, all that other behind the scenes shit. So the GPU or whatever in a PS5 is a couple years back before 2020. And even if we give it a reasonable doubt and say it has a 2020 CPU, that means that if you in 2024 are making a game, you have to keep in mind that this shit has to work on 4-year-old, 5-year-old hardware. We're about 4 years because it released late 2020, but this will be the 5th year that it has been a released console. So you're essentially working with 4+ year old hardware. That's pretty damn difficult to work with making a modern game versus on PC. You can make the graphics as crazy as you want. If people want the crazy graphics, they turn it up. People don't want the crazy graphics and they care more about frame rate and just the gameplay in general, they're gonna turn that shit all the way down. So it's really a matter of optimization in terms of like making a PC port for making sure that when people do crank that shit up and they do have hardware that can reasonably play it with everything cranked up, that it'll work without blowing the nigga computer up. Versus on the other hand, console, there is no, we could crank the graphics up as much as we want, we could crank it down as much as we want. No, you can't do that. Because if console niggas gotta play a game that looks noticeably worse than the PC version, guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna complain, they're not gonna want to play the game, and they're gonna feel like they're getting robbed because they're having a worse experience. And one thing you always gotta keep in mind is, don't get me wrong, I love making fun of console niggas whenever I can get the chance. As a PC elitist nigga, right? I love making fun of console niggas whenever I can. But as a business, you gotta realize console niggas want to play your game too, because they didn't spend $500 on a gaming console just to get told go buy a PC. Some people also trick themselves into thinking they can't afford a PC, so they don't go buy one. They don't start saving up to get one because they're not dedicated to their craft, and their job probably doesn't require a computer or can be enhanced by a computer. So they don't get one. They rather spend $500 on a console, another $200 getting a controller and some games, and then getting it cracking, and then another $100 on that, buying some new skins in whatever fuck ass free to play game, or coins in whatever fuck ass free to play game they playing. That being said though, you still gotta make a console version unless your game is gonna be a PC exclusive. And after a certain level of success in the gaming industry, your ass better be making a console version. So just in case you need a little bit of insight as to why they give a fuck so much, or like why, if you're a PC elitist like me but you live in an echo chamber, that's why. And as they're saying though, a lot of developers are complaining about this. They're saying, yo, why we gotta work on this shitty ass hardware? If they got this many people complaining and they showing you examples of other developers saying the same shit, hey, I'm a believer. If everybody's saying the same thing, either all of them niggas is right or everybody has the same misconception. And in this scenario, what they're saying is based off of factual statements, so it can't be something that they're getting wrong if it's based off of a fact. It's based off of, it can't be a misconception if they're basing it off of fact. It is true. Everybody saying the same shit means something. Studios have been through one development cycle where Series S turned out to be an all albatross around the neck production. Basically, they're getting choked. And now that games are finally being developed with new consoles in mind, teams do not want to repeat the process. Niggas don't want to work backwards. Niggas don't want to struggle. Like you got to keep in mind, right? A lot of these developers are getting crunched all the time. They got bean bags in their offices, not because they office managers is just chill like that. No, because after they finish working for the day, they get 15 minutes to eat, go to sleep on their beanbag for 3-4 hours, get the fuck back up and go back to programming the game. So they make their life these games. So if they tell you something ain't right, they know what the fuck they're talking about. Something ain't right. And if multiple people who live that lifestyle, who are in the same position but unrelated to each other, not coming from the same company, it's not in their interest to repeat this shit in terms of like, oh, I'm getting a paid incentive or some shit, or my boss has told me to say this, so I'm scared, so I'm gonna say this. No, a lot of industry insiders who get nothing negative out of saying this are saying it. So clearly it means something. In interviews with press, including IGN, Xbox boss Phil Spencer has deflected questions about whether Xbox Series S is holding the... It is. Factually, it is. And ejected calls for developer... Well, not only is it holding y'all back, but it's holding your ecosystem back, because people are leaving games that are huge off of your platform. Black Myth Wukong, even though the Game Science CEO was running around going boo-hoo badooba in the front yo, going boo-hoo badooba, crying in the front row because because they didn't win Game of the Year. Please remember, they won Player's Choice Game of the Year, and they won Best Action Game of the Year for 2024 at last year's Game Awards. Okay, so that means clearly that people want to play this game. That means clearly that people love this game. That means clearly that people fuck with this game heavy. So if people fuck with this game heavy and the developers are sitting here saying we want to put it on Xbox, but we can't because the game don't work on Xbox, You think they're the only studio that's thinking like that? You think there's not gonna be another studio down the line who makes a super successful game and goes, nah, we can't put it on Xbox because on the Xbox Series S, this game can't run on Xbox One, and Xbox Series X, we're basically trying to get the shit to work on the Xbox One. We're putting the shit on, instead of 5-year-old hardware, we're putting the shit on 6-7-year-old hardware. This hardware models and makes is based on hardware from 10 years ago, damn near. We can't work with that. This shit is over half a decade of hardware that we're working for that released in 2020. How the fuck does that make sense? How do you expect us to work with that? We can't work with that, gang. So how many bangers you think your console ecosystem is going to continue to miss out on because people literally can't get the game to work on your shit because you got a shitty ass console? Having an entry-level price point for a sub $300 console is a good thing for the industry. It is, but in terms of, for, like I said, for Xbox, it's not really good. I think it's important. It is, but it's important for getting people into gaming at a lower price. But is in terms of the health of the creativity, think about it, bro. Developers of games, they want to make the game look pretty. They want to make the game look cool. They want to make the game look as gorgeous as humanly possible. But if they gotta lower their graphics to the point to where now the game looks fucking ugly because they gotta get it to work on this pumped up Xbox 360, I'ma just not put this shit on that platform, because the amount of money you would get saving time and making sure the game is better and just putting it on PS5 and PC, where PC they could crank the shit up as much as they want, and PlayStation you're not fighting the damn console to get the game to work as hard, and more people have PlayStations. It's something like 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 last time I checked for PlayStations out there in the wild to Xboxes. Hell yeah, I'm going to just say fuck it, we're not going to put it on Xbox, put the shit on PlayStation. I don't give a fuck about putting it on Xbox at that point. If I gotta make the game worse to put it on Xbox, then why? You gonna be running around here with a fucking Nintendo Switch Mortal Kombat version. If y'all haven't seen what happened with that, let me show. Oh, what the fuck? This joint moved a whole browser. Hold on. Xbox, Nintendo. Oh wait, I put Xbox. What the fuck? Nintendo. K1. Videos. Let me show you what the gameplay of Mortal Kombat 1 for Switch looks like.
When I first heard that Mortal Kombat 1 would be skipping
This is a game that released in 2023. Let me repeat that. This is a game that released in 2023. Let me repeat this. This is a game that released in 2023.
PlayStation 4 and Xbox One consoles, but would in fact be coming out on the Switch, my first thought was, surely that means that it's going to be one of those cloud version only games like Resident Evil Village, Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and so on. But I was wrong. Mortal Kombat 1 on the Switch is a straight up port, running directly off of the Switch hardware. And yes,
look at how this shit looks, gang. Look at how this shit looks. Now, for reference, let me show you how Mortal Kombat 1... Oh, actually, let me see. MK1 Switch comparison. No. Yeah, there we go. Let me see if I can find a comparison video. There we go. So look at how the game looks on this side. On the Xbox Series X. How it has all the detail of like the blood on his shirt, his hair going sideways, how the skin is shadowed and has dynamic tones and stuff like that, how the background is way more detailed. Let me make sure I crank this shit up as much as I can so y'all can really see it. Look how much detail is in this version versus this version. Let me put my shit in the middle so y'all can really see the version on the left. Look at that. You can't, this looks like, usually when people say shit looks like a PS2 game or whatever, they're exaggerating. But in this scenario, they're not. What the fuck? Why can I not hear? Hold on. Activate. Oh, this shit was playing. It's just silent. I don't want to hear that whack ass beat. Just look at the side by side comparison. Tell me that. What side is it? No, go back to the comparison. Look at that. Look at that. You can't tell me that this version, the Switch version, looks better than this version. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because imagine, excuse me, this is the Xbox Series X version, and this is the Xbox Series S version. This is the PlayStation 5 version, this is the Xbox Series S version. This is the PC version on low, this is the Xbox Series S version. Shit looks ass. No developer, if the developer wants their game to look like this, they don't want to be forced to make their game look like this. Look at this, night and day. Look at how detailed that is there versus when they switch over. Look at how much detail it lacks. Look at that, look at that. All the fucking detail is gone, bro. All of it is gone, bro. Look at that. Look at how dynamic the lighting is. Look at how his skin tone actually looks real versus over here. The nigga look damn near orange. Now, I don't want to play too much of this because Mortal Kombat and YouTube TOS be fighting with each other and shit like that. But I just want to give you an idea. Even though that was the Nintendo Switch, granted, still, they don't want their games to look fucked up on one platform and look good everywhere else. Now everybody's suffering. Hell no. The situation with Black Myth, however, is further muddled by Microsoft's insistence that the game's delay on Xbox had nothing to do with development issues, when it purely has something to do with development issues. And a number of statements issued to IGN, Microsoft has suggested an exclusivity deal with Sony was the cause, blah blah blah. We prefer not to comment on the deals made by our partners with other platform holders, but we can confirm the delay is not due to Xbox. That was a lie. That was a lie. Black Myth Wukong launched on August 19th, blah, 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 blah. So basically, for those of you who are not understanding that section, he said, it's not my fault. No, our platform isn't underpowered. It's because of an exclusivity deal. He was trying to dodge accountability. We caught you, nigga. It wasn't no platform exclusivity. This section, I want to call ALWB, what the fuck? Because them niggas at WB, as I'm gonna bring in a paint and the next tweet, as the dude say, he said it wonderfully. Matter of fact, let me just bring that shit up. Niggas even whack TTG. That's how you know everybody over there huffing paint thinner and stove grease. Let me show you the cartoon shows that have recently been removed off of Max. Teen Titans Go, seasons 1 through 7. Ed, Edd and Eddy. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, the Looney Tunes show. As well as you seen right here, Static Shock. Matter of fact, I forgot to turn the music on. Let me read that list again.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum.
More Cartoon Network shows that have been removed from Max. Teen Titans Go, seasons 1 through 7. Ed, Edd and Eddy, a classic show. A show that, as I seen in another tweet, was so beloved, people was willing to fling shots around because they love Ed, Edd and Eddy so much. So people in my age bracket and up love Ed, and Eddy. They took that down. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, they took that down. Looney Tunes show, one of the main IP that keeps WB from going broke and keeps the cartoon division open. Looney Tunes. Specifically, the Looney Tunes show, which is one of the best variations of Looney Tunes out of everything, in my opinion. Clapped up. As well as a classic show that is beloved by the black community, but was shut down because it didn't drive a lot of toy sales because white parents didn't want to buy a black toy for their kids or some bullshit, whatever the fuck. Still, this shit didn't drive a lot of toy sales, so it got shut down. But in terms of people wanting to watch it, there are a lot of grown adults that love showing this show. Watching this show just for themselves and showing it to younger generations. Generations? What? showing it to younger generations. So to take off a show like this that's cartoon history, that could keep you bucks and add value to your platform, because in the streaming game, the way that you add value to your platform is you have so much shit on there that you outrange your competitors by having a wider range of content. That's why Netflix, before everybody else came in the game, was the best one, which I also have a tweet I think I saved about that. Netflix used to be your one-stop shop for if you wanted to watch shit digitally. Now everybody done took they content off of Netflix the second 2020 or whenever it happened, when Paramount Plus and all that other shit, Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, and it was Paramount, Disney, HBO, and another one that popped up and started taking their stuff back and throwing it on Netflix. When it was just Netflix and Hulu competing, that shit was great. Now that all these other stuff popped up and they're competing, it's not the same. They taking their shows down. I forgot to save it. Damn. Hold on. Let me sign in real quick. No, bitch. Oh, log in.
And the bottle of rum. Drink and the devil had done with the rest. Yo ho ho and the bottle of rum.
Password. I think it's that. Okay, there we go. Let me go. Let me go to my profile. No. Let me go to my likes. The only I can see. Where was it? Here we go. So boom. For those of y'all who don't understand why I say all these streaming services fucking suck, Netflix. Oh wait. These four platforms are the four giants right now. They're the four giants in the space right now. Netflix cancels everything. Every time they have a show, no matter how good it is, let's cancel it. Fuck it, let's get rid of it. What the fuck you mean this show? Netflix will have a show that made them a crazy amount of money, make them more money in 24 hours than any other show they have. Let's cancel it. What do you mean let's cancel it? That show was fucking great. A lot of people loved it and it increased signups. Netflix, let's cancel it anyway. Disney Plus, they only got nostalgia or trash, like you said, and that's facts. And you know what's the thing about older content? When it comes to content that's like 10 years or older, all the that's unrelated, but all of the Yo-Ho and a Bottle of Rum websites, they have them shits archived. They're on there. They're easy to access. They're easy to find online. So I don't give a fuck about nostalgia, or everything on there is ass. Nobody's buying Disney Plus to watch She-Hulk. While I don't think She-Hulk was that damn bad, would I pay a subscription for a month of Disney Plus to just watch She-Hulk? Prime, they have a couple hitters on there. Not gonna lie. I don't like The Boys personally, but they got The Boys. They got Fallout. They got Invincible. They got some bangers on there, but they have way more misses. The frequency in which they drop bangers, to me, is so low that it's not worth paying for it just to watch those couple bangers. And then on top of that, it doesn't need every other platform in this conversation worth mentioning, worth talking about, suck. They ain't got shit on them that anybody give a fuck about. Like I was just talking about it the other day, Paramount Plus. None of you niggas want to watch SpongeBob that goddamn bad. Whatever the fuck else is on there, you don't care about that shit, bro. And if you did, it's easier ways to access all that content. A lot of these storefronts aren't offering any real fucking value, so there's no reason to get a membership and subscribe to these websites because they suck. They fucking suck. Anyway, though, this one I just wanted to go over because it was a little bit funny. Now, when you now when you go on a website to do a reCAPTCHA, instead of trying to figure out where the squiggly letter is, you just gotta play Doom. Unless you're on PS4, because you know Doom runs on everything but a PS4. So if you're trying to solve a reCAPTCHA, unless you're playing on PS4 and you're still watching movies the correct way, then you should be able to solve this reCAPTCHA and kill at least 3 monsters in Doom. I just wanted to bring this up because I thought this was funny. If I ever see a reCAPTCHA where I have to kill 3 monsters, that'd be fucking funny. Another thing I wanted to glance over quickly and mention is I find it crazy that a multi-billion-dollar corporation can't put together a $1,000 tournament for a game that they created that has a enormous community. Marvel vs. Capcom, niggas, is one of the few communities that could get a new game in their franchise that completely changes the gameplay, and niggas will still play both and want to move forward in the series. Niggas that play Marvel vs. Capcom 1 also play 2, also play 3, and also are capable of playing Infinite. It's just Infinite was fucking ugly and the gameplay was what the fuck and such a big change. A lot of people was hesitant. Now we got content creators throwing tournaments, which is not any shots at Maximilian. That's not to put him down or anything. This is actually to lift him up. He spent his own bread putting out this mod that he's probably not going to make back much money from, or if he does, he's going to have to go harder than ever to make money back from. I don't know. I find it crazy that they made this game, left it out there to die, and now they're making it so that this nigga basically can make more money off the game, and his time playing the game, making a mod of your game that just makes your game look better. He can make more money off of your game just doing that than you could 9 times out of 10. This one, another thing I wanted to go over and glance. New skins for Marvel Rivals. This is the next season, the new Lunar New Year skins. We got a Squirrel Girl skin. Looks pretty fucking fire, and I think it's a Moon Knight skin. It would be cool if the nuts changed, but Pause. You know what I mean. Oh, the squirrels don't have anything different. It would have been cool if the squirrels were like all caucus squirrels. Oh, this is just the Squirrel Girl skin. Oh, yeah, there you go. There's the Moon Knight skin. The Moon Knight! Available on January 3rd. So how many days is that? That's tomorrow. So if you want to play as Squirrel Stampede Thrower and let Conchu handle it, tomorrow you will be able to. And when this goes up on YouTube, it'll probably be seen. Anyway, Marvel Rivals Season 1 date. I'm assuming it's January 3rd. Ooh, I like this article. Nice and big. Everything nice and big. There we go. So I need a summary of Marvel Rivals. When is the start date? Well, the start date of Season 1 hasn't been confirmed. Season 0 is set to end Thursday. Bitch. If that's when Season 0 is set to end, when the fuck you think Season 1... How you gonna end the season without starting a new season, my nigga? That's not how that works. January 9/10. That's when the next season starts, y'all. Since this is the first new season since the launch of MR, it's unclear if Season 1 will start immediately or if there will be some server downtime. But it seems likely January 10th is the most likely start date. When Season 1 kicks off, it will include a new Battle Pass, which should be longer than Season 0 Battle Pass. Don't worry though, Marvel Rivals Battle Passes don't expire, so you can keep working on the Season 0 Pass. That only costs $5, by the way, even if you haven't finished it. Season 1 confirmed new heroes. Oh yeah, long story short, let me control shit. Because I saw it this morning. I saw a bunch of news articles talk about it, but I was like, I don't really need to pull it up because it's just not worth going through a whole article for, because they're going to say a whole bunch of nothing. But this morning when I was going through my notifications on my phone, I saw the Discord notifications or whatever, and in their official Discord, there's a ping from their official Discord. Get ready to welcome Marvel's first family and Marvel Rivals. Now, for those of you who don't read the comic books or never read the comics, looked into Fantastic Four lore or like Marvel lore on a deeper level, the Fantastic Four is known as Marvel's first family because they literally are Marvel's first family. 1 and 2, the literal whole timeline of the MCU. I mean, not MCU. Well, technically MCU, Marvel Comics universe, not cinematic, but the Marvel Comics universe is literally based off of the Fantastic Four because, long story short, Reed Richards and Sue Storm, the Invisible Woman, and Mr. Fantastic had a kid, and that nigga has power so broken, he can literally rewrite time. He can change the course of time. It gets more complicated there. Just look up Franklin Richards if you want to know more about the cool stuff he does, but those characters are massively important in terms of like timeline shifting shit in the Marvel universe. At the moment, it's not clear if all 4 will be added at the start of the season, but the tweet refers to them as a unit, Marvel First Family, and that's not confirmed. While it seems probable, blah blah blah, that's just talking about the characters that got leaked. Marvel Rivals Season 1 team-ups, blah blah. Oh, team-ups in Marvel Rivals are bonus abilities or buffs that are activated when required character. Because Squirrel Girl only has 1 team-up in this season, and that's with Spider-Man, ESU alumni. So, me seeing that she has a team-up with Rocket, is this, are they, I want to know how are team-ups going to be handled from season to season. Because some team-ups may be a bit unbalanced or some team-ups may be broken. Like, for example, the Iron Man Gamma team-up with him, Hulk, and Strange is really fucking strong right now. So, are they going to put in and take out team-ups? Are the team-ups going to be on a revolving door type situations? Because in the first season, there is a interaction between Squirrel Girl and Rocket where they're talking about how they both have bushy tails and how they're both rodent-based heroes. So, I wonder, is it going to be a revolving door, or is it once they get a team-up added, And are they trying to get it to the point to where 9 times out of 10, if everybody on your team has a character locked in, which you literally have to play the game, you're going to have a team up, or what is it? Leaks. These are leaks. Oh shit, I ain't even know I disconnected. I don't know where I got disconnected at, but basically I said this section, I don't know how the team ups are gonna work, if they're gonna be like staying or if it's gonna be a revolving door. But here are some of the team ups that have been leaked, and like I said, I don't go over leaks often, but because it's at the bottom of this article, take this with a grain of salt. But rumors are it could be Squirrel Girl X Rocket, Storm X Human Torch, Hope Storm gets a buff, Wolvie X The Thing X Hulk. Why? I don't know about team up. Oh, maybe they could all fastball special him. Wolvie X The Phoenix, Wolverine X Magic X Psylocke, BP potentially scrapped according to Leckers. Blatty, Cloak and Dagger, Moon Knight, because they have worked on the same team and they are all magical darkness based heroes. Emma Frost and Magneto, and Emma Frost and Psylocke. Take those with a grain of salt. I don't know what they are, and I'm not going through the effort to look it up. But the last and final thing I'm gonna do, Marvel Rivals Heroes, reset. There we go. I already posted that. That's already good. Now, if you're here watching, all you have to do is hit reload on your tab. And if you're watching a video version of this, hopefully I remember, I'll put a iCard on that side to this tier list that I'm about to do. Bye. Just hit